Hi guys, it is our Tuesday evening in Team Fierce Transformations call. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening later if you do indeed listen later. Tonight we are going to be talking about value and how to share value as a coach, because a lot of times I see, and it's not as much with our team, but I still see it some with our team, like post workout selfies that are like, oh, that was so intense. Wow. How are we adding value with that? As well as like drinking Shakeology. It's like, oh, I love the taste of Shakeology. I blended it with peanut butter. Like, how are we adding value with that? We're going to talk about how to add more value, because people will trust you more if you add value and act like a coach in your social media interactions. Right? Right. Okay. So, adding value within social media. We should be doing it with nearly every post that we're doing. So you can add value by sharing your story or your experience. So people are going to be much more drawn to you if after your workout, you take a picture of your sweaty selfie and you talk about something vulnerable, like how it made you feel, or how you can't imagine having done this like a couple of years ago, or whatever across the spectrum. It's about the way that these things make you feel and how different you are from before you were a Beachbody coach or before you ever tried any of this stuff.
One piece of verbiage that I love is like, if I wasn't a coach, or if I didn't say yes to this, what type of person would I be? If I didn't listen to the girl that invited me, I wouldn't be here now. So you want to post useful things like that to try to get people thinking about it. Say, okay, maybe that's the missing piece. So that's just the thought about like a workout selfie,
And the same with like your challenges. Like today, I posted like a video of me doing push-ups. I could do 1,000,000 push-ups like a little over a month ago, 1,000,000, and it was not a big deal. Today I struggled. Like it killed me to do push-ups. It's because I haven't used those muscles in so long. My body's like, what the hell are you doing? So I'm talking about, and people will relate with me. A lot of people probably couldn't relate with somebody that was an insanity instructor. Like I just taught class and now I'm going to do insanity at home, and then I'm going to run a 5K and then. But my struggle, that's my story, right? My challenge and how awful those, and I'm going to talk tomorrow about how I'm sore because I can already feel it. Like I'm not going to be able to wash my hair tomorrow. That's what people are going to relate to, though. The honest and your mess is your message, right? So your challenges, the stuff you go through on the daily, like I went to the dentist this morning.
My charger.
I went to the dentist this morning and I hate the dentist, and I came home and I did not want to work out. But I did it. Before Beachbody, I would have been like, no. So have those kind of conversations anytime you're making a post. How am I adding value? How am I showing people that I'm rising above and I could help them to rise above in the same situation? You're showing people that you are a coach, right? You're showing those the characteristics of being a good coach. You face your challenges head on and you get better because of it, right?
And how do we break through these tough situations? What do you do? What is part of like the 3 vital behaviors? What do you do to, what sets us apart, basically? What piece of all of your coaching job sets us apart from, the average person?
We're badasses.
But how are you a badass? How do you become a badass in your mind? Personal development.
I was going to say, I'm not going to answer. I know.
Yes, your personal development. And so that is one of the 3 vital behaviors. You read or listen to some personal development every single day. So why don't you share that? Share something with your challengers, or not with your challengers, on your social media every single day about what you learned about yourself, or what kind of was this aha moment that you heard today that fired you up. Share it, because that is, it's a basic behavior, and it's something that's inspiring, and that is adding value, is when you inspire others. My internet being funky. Am I okay? All right. So yeah, every day to motivate people, make it a routine. Wake up, read your personal development, post about it on social media, and you get into a little routine, kind of like a little gimmick, kind of like I talked with Rochelle and Liberty and Charity the other day, and we talked about that, how if you're going through a program, make a little gimmick out of it, kind of with what you're posting, like say, okay, I'm on day 1 of 21, 2 of 21, 3 of 21, but you could do it with your social media too, with your personal development. I mean, it's pretty amazing, actually. Once I post those types of things, people are just like, they eat it up, and it's something that I never did before I was a coach. I mean, I never read personal development. And so,
what else are you showing by doing that, by doing a countdown? What are you showing?
You're not asking me, right? I know.
What's Lindsay showing? If she's like, I've seen her post, it's like she's on like day 8 of 21 and she keeps going. What are we seeing?
Communication and commitment.
Commitment, consistency. She's doing the whole thing. She's not coming on day 10 and then crapping out, right?
No, I'm making a promise to the internet, and so I'm following through with it, because it's accountability, and so I'm showing that I'm drinking my shake. I'm showing that I'm working out. I'm showing that I'm reading personal development by sharing what I've learned about it. And people eat that stuff up. I mean, the other day I posted a video for my workout, like I always do, but I decided, instead of talking about my workout, I talked about quitting. The thing I posted in our group, I talked about quitting, and I just talked about why some people quit, and kind of gave them motivation to not quit this time. And I had so many comments on that video. People were just like, "Woohoo, go girl!" So,
get it, girl, don't quit.
So when you post something like that, don't necessarily post what the picture's about. It doesn't matter what the picture's about. People love selfies because selfies show that you're a confident person. And so it like, don't talk about yourself, talk about something motivating, something that's motivated you, something you want to inspire other people with. I mean, because it really, like I said, I posted about my workout, or I posted a video of my workout, but I didn't even talk about my workout. I talked about quitting. And I mean, I just couldn't believe the interaction that it had. So think about that when you're posting, because you don't want to just get in the same old routine of like, oh, I did my workout again. What'd you do? I mean, that's great, but is that inspiring? Post something inspiring to add value to your followers' lives. What can they learn about it? Is this useful to them?
So another thing, I wanted to talk about value. Every single person on this call is a different person than when they started Beachbody in another way. You guys all know things about fitness and nutrition that you didn't know when you started, right? So I myself know about portion control. I know about what I need to do when I'm sore, foam rolling, and an Epsom salt bath. Think about all of the things that you now know as a coach, or even, gosh, you can go to fitness magazines online and find fitness tips. If people trust you in a fitness capacity and you're giving fitness tips, they'll trust you as far as taking it further and doing a program with you. So you have to look credible, and you need to look like a coach, right? So I've started, not only, I talk a lot about programs, and I talk about the things that I've learned since becoming a coach. You guys all have them. As well as you're talking to, actually I was thinking about Brooke earlier, and that she's a mushroom farmer now, right? So like in your social media, you have to be you, and you have to be authentic, and people get a value through a connection with you, right? So a lot of people could connect. Like I posted that picture of my tummy that I was like, if before doing personal development, I never, ever, ever, ever would have done that, ever, ever, ever. But I have a lot more balls now, and I'll do things that I'm like, you know, if it inspires one person. Do you guys know how many messages I got from that? Like, I got a lot of interaction on that post, and I got messages from people like, that was so brave, that was amazing, I feel exactly the same way, thank you so much for posting that. They connected with me, because how many moms out there feel kind of like after having a kid, like, oh, the body's gone. Well, I did. But right, a lot of moms do. And we had that moment of like, people were able to see themselves in me, right? Or see me in themselves, or whatever. We connected somehow. So they all of a sudden have this, because I'm able to do brave and scary things like that. At least it was brave and scary for me, because that's totally not, I'm not, I was like, oh my gosh, I like literally hit, and I slammed my computer shut, and I was like, oh my gosh. It's a big deal for me. It's always been a point of contention. But now people trust me a little bit more, right? We want that connection. We want people to trust us. We want to be honest, and we want to be vulnerable and do things like that. So there's that connection. Show people. So as you're growing in your coaching business, show people you can coach people to success. How do you do that? You have people that are going through your challenge groups take before pictures, and at the end, if they send you, you know, after pictures, and you say, can I crop off your head and use your results? Or I mean, if they don't care if their head's on there, whatever. And you post that in your social media. Look at this amazing person in my challenge group that has killed it. She lost X pounds and X many inches. That makes you look credible and like a real live coach, right? You're coaching others to success. You're doing it.
And there's a reason that I have Victory Sundays in all of my groups, because we don't necessarily have to talk about scale victories. And I'll take that text and I'll just share it and say, oh, so-and-so, you know, can do 10 more push-ups than she could last week with this, you know, workout, or this person, her energy's through the roof. You know, you share those real results, and you know, it gets people thinking, it gets people interested, and it shows, it adds value to the fact that these programs work, and like Emily said, that you are an effective coach. So
another thing that I started doing that I didn't realize I wasn't doing before was I started doing Mama Crush Mondays about people that are on my team that I really care about. How many times have I talked about my team and how much I love you guys and how awesome you are? I've never put a face to it. I've never made it real and tactile. So like for me, I'm gonna start doing that every single Monday, and having another member of our team. So there's like real faces that go along with, you know, Team Fierce Transformations, because I want to grow our team with more like-minded individuals.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, Woman Crush Wednesday. Do it.
Perfect. Woman Crush Wednesday. Perfect. So value and adding value should really be, like, I listened to a call with Alyssa Shoemaker, who's like a top 10 coach, and she said 70% of your posts should be adding value, which I tend to agree with. And you know what? For me, value is something that makes me laugh too. Like I follow a lot of people that make me laugh, and that's all they do. There's nothing inspirational about it. So there's a lot of that stuff on my page as well. So
that's because you're still sharing who you are, and you're trying to attract people like that. So feel good.
Right.
Make other people laugh. That's valuable.
It is. It's valuable to me.
Except the picture you tagged me in on Instagram today, or the the comment.
Which one? They're all so good.
The cucumber one.
I tag Lindsay in horrible things, and they're hilarious. So, okay. So
Going to hell.
I am too. Questions, concerns, comments. What do you guys feel? How do you guys feel? What percentage right now are you at of providing value for people that are on your social media? Where do you think you are?
I feel like I posted one that was really deep, that was value, about a bookmarker that my grandma had in her book, and it didn't reach as many people as my video did.
So
videos just reach more people.
Videos always are going to reach more people because videos have the motion. So if someone's scrolling their newsfeed and sees motion, they automatically stop. So that's why it's just the nature of Facebook. But I liked them both myself. I thought they were both awesome.
I like straightforward. So what could I have done differently since my video reached so many people? What could I have said differently? Do you know?
What do you mean? Like, what could you
like to add
like
value? Did it? I don't even.
So your video, you proved to me and the rest of the people that watched it, you're like brave. You said like, this is not something that I would normally do. This is
No.
You're showing bravery. And do you know how many people out there are just running shit scared through life? Like, that's inspiring to people that you did something you wouldn't do.
Okay. Because if I...
That adds value to me. I was like, yeah.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure that, because it was my first one, to make sure that it was okay. But
yeah. It was awesome. It was
now
awesome.
you put it that way, yeah, I guess so.
You did, and I love the one about the bookmark in that book, and it just will speak right to people. You know, that really spoke to me. That was beautiful. So,
okay.
Thank you for sharing.
Okay. I did 2 more videos today. I haven't posted them yet. Today's been crazy, but.
Oh, girl. I love it. So, Rochelle, how much of your posting do you think is adding value right now? Do you have questions, concerns about it, or do you feel comfortable?
I have no idea. Like, shit has been crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, you've had a pretty crazy run of stuff going on.
Well, and that's, I mean, just a little skiff off the nose that I was just diarrhea of the fingers last night. But, you know, I was like, I got to post something. I haven't posted anything. What's been going on? This is what's been going on. And you know what? This is why it's okay now, because I'm not crazy about it like I would have been back in the, you know, before I learned these new skills. So in those ways, it's created a lot of value. But I don't know if people, you know, I don't know how many people can relate to that rather than just reading it being like, this girl needs to chill out, you know?
I related. I was like, damn. It's like when it rains, it pours, right?
Always. Mm-hmm.
I related. But you're still in a position of trying to look for the silver lining, which is like, a lot of people would just be like, and I'm done. No,
right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, one of my good friends, Crystal, she signed up to be a coach last month, and she's done already. So, you know, it's like, that's who I used to be. And she just messaged me like, how do I cancel? My back hurts. And I'm like, well, that's how you cancel. That sucks for you. You know, we'll see, you know, you'll be back, but
yeah.
But it's just, you know, it changes once your mind changes. So it does.
Yeah. And I've had my fair share of people that I thought would be amazing coaches that have been a part of my team that have like just been like, meh. And it's just kind of like, you got to be like, all right, well, I'm just going to keep looking for the willing and keep pushing forward. So,
yeah.
Hey, Rochelle.
That's been rough. What's up?
Rochelle, I didn't know that you were doing the same thing Brooke was. So you guys were kind of like tag teaming me, I guess, in
What?
the way of the sense that I was watching both of you
Oh, how funny.
for 8 months.
Yeah, that's so
That's
funny.
how long it took. So I was connecting with you guys with the craziness at home and everything. So
Mhm.
it's okay. Vulnerability is okay. So
Yeah.
I felt
Well, it's
it.
one of those things you have to like she said, you have to write it and then you have to shut your computer off because you're like, oh my God, what did I just do?
Right? I feel neurotic. I feel like I just posted neurotic stuff,
But I
right?
felt 100% better after I got it out though. So I know there's got to be someone that can relate.
Yes.
Maybe they're just too embarrassed to say that they're the same way also, you know?
Right.
But you're showing strength.
The more brave you are and the more, but you never tried to gloss over or were dishonest, or it was brave and open, and you're like, this is what's going on right now. Like, who can't relate with that? Like, I think you did an amazing job, and honestly, you are killing it. If I had every single thing happen that you had, I don't know. So you're killing it.
It's been rough. Things have been rough, like really rough this month. So I'm just trying every day just to like survive, basically.
So everybody's well now, though? Nobody's...
Yeah, no, we're all well now. It's just dealing with the other crap.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Brooke, my little mushroom farmer.
Yes'm.
How do you feel like the value, how are things going for you? What do you feel like your percentage of value presented is? And tell me what you
Like,
think.
I think like in the overall grand scheme of things, I'm probably at a 70-30, but I'll like go from 90-10 to 50-50 really quick. And it kind of just depends on where I'm at. And, you know, and it's the whole momentum of things, you know, when your momentum's gone, you kind of just get carried through and things start clicking. And like with the death of my phone, being sick, I've lost some momentum, and so now I'm kind of just like trying again to get back up to speed and get in that mindset again. So you know, it varies, but I think for the most part I'm kind of where I need to be.
Good. Okay. Cool.
Another way to add value that we talked about in that group that we ran last September, you know, we had the 30 days of value and just different ideas. And don't forget about that list. You know, the list is in the back of the handbook. And I think I even have it separately in the group files. But, you know, one thing we talked about was, why would someone pick you as their coach over anybody else? You know, that's something you need to think about yourself. What makes you special? You know, and there's a million reasons that you are special, and you are, you know, how you can relate to someone over someone else. So just try to think about that. Think about a few different things that define you, you know, and really talk to other people just like you, or talk to the old you. Just try to put yourself in their shoes. Cause I mean, that's what you got to do. Because if you're just constantly talking beach body, beach body, beach body, I mean, people are going to be turned off. You know, you want to think about, we all have the same tools. We all sell the same products. But why would someone pick you over someone else? And that is adding value, you know, and that's because what you give them is valuable. That's why they follow you. That's why they...
So you're adding value to people that are like you because you share similar interests. So like my husband could go on my page and I'm going to be like, oh, and I got this at Sephora and I got this at Ulta. And he's going to be like, boo, I don't care. But somebody else is going to be like, girl, yes, I need those products, because that's who I am though. Like I love makeup and hair stuff, and Brooke likes mushroom farming. I think that's one of the coolest things ever. And I love it. And she likes apple trees, and she has like cool apple tree, like the best one, right? For making pies. She has the best one in her backyard. So somebody that's into that, like I'm even into that because I love Brooke, because I'm like, that's cool. But she posts things that are different, right? So we can't be like fitness. What do you know? What are you passionate about? When I had like little babies, when my kids were little, I was really passionate about like natural stuff to put on them. Like I rubbed Sophia down in shea butter and lavender. And I mean, just like think about who you are at this time in your life and speak to somebody that's going to be just like you. So like Rochelle, you're into essential oils and you have kids. And I mean, find your following by what you appreciate. So I wrote down gardening, makeup, fashion, pixie cuts, Lindsay, pixie cuts and fashion. Even like workout fashion is like, there's a whole gamut of cool stuff out there. Like, cool.
If you're wearing cute workout stuff, people are going to want to know where you got it.
Yeah.
So make sure to tag Fabletics. That's how I found Ariel. I'm kid you not. She tagged
cool.
a picture with Fabletics, and that's how I found her.
So we know all this stuff, as well as now we know that the benefits of getting more fiber in our diet. How many people out there don't know anything about fiber? Or don't know, oh my gosh, maybe we shouldn't be eating as much soy as we do.
Like the black bean burger today. So this girl that I follow on Instagram, she posts about like packing this super healthy lunch, but it's like frozen veggie burger patties by Morningstar. And I'm like, you know, I go and look at the ingredients and it's like soy and artificial flavors and chemicals. And so I'm planning on posting kind of a little rebuttal checking ingredients, you know, what you look for if you're buying processed foods, you know, or what to avoid if you're buying processed foods, you know, these things that you've learned, like the 9 grams of sugar rule. If you don't know that, I mean, that's why Julie became a coach, because I shared that and it changed her life. And I'm not even kidding. If you're going to eat a processed, you know, a packaged food and you're trying to avoid sugar, which we all do, don't eat something with over 9 grams per serving. And that can help you cut down, you know, stay under like the allotment for the day.
So just speaking to that, who reads nutrition labels now? Who didn't used to?
Well, I would read them, but I didn't understand them. I didn't, you know, I figured the government, you know, wouldn't let us eat crappy stuff.
The government wouldn't let us eat garbage. They wouldn't do that to us. So they wouldn't let us eat maltodextrin, which is like a filler. And I mean, literally all of the processed foods that we put in our body, it's no wonder we're exhausted and drink energy drinks and can't work out. And guys, you need
like Herbalife is healthy. And I'm like, ew. What is wrong with you?
It's not. Okay, so you guys need to, we have this plethora of information. It is our job as coaches. We might not ever have somebody buy a challenge pack from us, but maybe by us saying the 9 grams of sugar rule, that might change their life. And when we want to change people's lives, it doesn't matter. The challenge packs and the doesn't matter. We want to change people's lives. So we need to share that, right? Passion.
And another thing, you know, say you've shared something about the 9 grams of sugar rule. Share it again. You know, your followers you're getting new followers all the time. I know I get a ton of new followers a day. Share it again. Share it, you know, every month. Megan Wazinski, she's a top coach. She always posts this little picture of like Shakeology balls, little energy balls. I've seen that picture and the text so many times, and she says the same exact thing over and over again. She's shared it over and over, probably like every couple weeks. She's not making it up on the fly like, oh, look, I just made these Shakeology balls. No, she did not. She made them a year ago.
She got high engagement, I bet, on her Facebook like page. And so certain things that you come up with, certain verbiage does really well on the internet, right? So if you find something that's a winner, you stick with it. Because she gets tons of new followers. Everybody hasn't seen it yet. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen her balls.
This week I'm focusing on fear and change. That's a big one. Because a lot of people I've talked to that's what I see. So.
Well, why did you watch for 8 months?
Because I was stuck in my old ways and I was scared to fail, which is what I put down on my thing. And I like my cigarettes and I like my wine. Not kidding. 2 boxes of wine and up to 4 or 5 packs of cigarettes a week.
So you talked.
And I kept it from my family for 14 years.
So you talk to the old you who is afraid, and tell the old you why she shouldn't be afraid.
I
Right?
know.
Okay. Okay.
No, I mean with my people that are on the internet, that's what I'm focused on.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. So do that through the internet though. Talk who you're looking for are your people. The old you that's your people right there. That's your market of people that you're going to be able to help the most because they're like you. So talk through all your posts, talk to the old you. That's awesome though. I like that. Okay, so anyone else? Comments, questions, anything? Everybody feeling good about adding value? Teaching people what we know? Everybody good? Okay, so let's be those coaches. Okay, I want you guys to think. I want to be the coach that I would want to sign up under. What does she look like? What kind of things does she share? I want you to be that coach, right? So go forth, do that, add some value, change some lives, and don't worry about the challenge packs. Be consistent and add value to people, okay? Okay, bye guys. Have a good rest of your week.